And we're live. We're live. Just got the notification. Hi guys.
Yeah, yeah, we're live, yes. And welcome to Sparkle of Light Spiritual Chat Show. And it is myself, Judith, and our lovely Patricia that we have tonight. So our guests, I'll just tell you a little bit about, all right? We have Patricia Cairns with us this evening. Now, Patricia is also an author. She's a spiritual healer. She's a PI healer, but we'll find out a little bit more about that. A spiritual teacher, a vibrant visionary, and a cosmic conceptualizer as well. So Patricia's got quite a lot there that we're going to chat about. And for those as well, you know me, I'm Alice Trevorrow. I'm also a spiritual medium and psychic, and I'm hosting tonight with Judith Miller, who's also a psychic, a spiritual physical medium. Get that right, Alice. A spiritual physical medium. So it's great to see you again, Judith. I know you've been off for a few weeks lately, doing your own thing and getting on with your own kind of journey as well. So it's great to have you back on again with us this evening.
Love being
Yeah.
back. Love being
Yeah.
back.
I love you being back. I honestly do. You keep me right.
Keep each other right.
Yeah. Yeah. And Patricia, it's great, to have you here this evening. So if you can just tell us just a little bit about yourself, about your own journey, and who is Patricia? Who is Patricia Cairns? Tell us a bit about you.
That's actually a big question. How long have you got? It's lovely to be here with you. And thank you so much for asking me to come and share. I really appreciate that. That's for a start. I started all this back in the 1980s, girl, before you were just a twinkle, or even before twinkles in anybody's eyes, I suspect. And I started out with Louise Hay and all her wonderful work. I love her. And of course, that's what she was all about. It's just love. Her middle name was Louise L. Hay, Louise Love Hay. So uh, she did all that work about healing herself and that beautiful book, You Can Heal Your Life. So I got right in about that up to my armpit somewhere and started doing all the beautiful affirmations. And it really changed my life. During that time, coming into the 90s, I remember being down somewhere south doing one of Louise's workshopy things, and I met this guy, and he was a Reiki master from Orkney. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, connected with him. He took me right through to masters, and I went from there. I attuned many, many people to Reiki. So, it's been a long journey. I'm delighted to report still going, but learning loads. And, right at the very beginning, the only conversations I ever had with spirit, if you like, were ones with Jesus. I used to walk about Glasgow streets when I was only wee, going into all these different churches and a synagogue. I can remember coming home one day and saying to my mother, "Well, I can't find him anywhere." She said,
Yeah. I forgot that you're actually originally from Scotland, and I know that's not where you're living just now. You live in Ireland at the moment, is that correct, Patricia?
yes, Southeast Ireland. My mother was an O'Neill from Wexford, which is where we're living. But I've really been conversing with, well, creator, spirit, God, whatever you care to call it. And I was told, you've got to go. That was 6 years ago. We're into the 6th year. And it was just a directive. And at first, Bill, who is a Dubliner, right? He's the Irish one.
Yeah.
And he sort of said, no, I don't know, go back and all this kind of thing. So about a month later, I said, no, he said to me, I've been thinking about that. And he says, I think I could go back. So that was it. I never, ever, I'll tell you, thought I would leave. I love Scotland so much. It's just so dear to my heart. And but I knew, and there's work to be done here. I've been working a lot with the ancestral stuff here. And of course, they've kind of worked their way out of religion, in inverted commas. They've left it behind a lot.
Yeah.
To be done on other levels. So, I mean, it's been an interesting journey. I've, through all of that, see, my channeling would be different from yours, and we are all very different. I mean, I love the stuff that you do. I'm assuming Judith will be along a similar sort of vibration, but I seem to get Jesus, Archangel Michael, and sort of beings like that, illumined beings, all the Christ consciousness ones will come in at some point. And then, of course, Mary Magdalene came in on a huge scale a few years ago. And I wrote her book. She wanted me to write a book, and I brought out cards and all kinds of stuff. People loved them. Because it was the feminine voice, and that's what we're doing, ladies, even here tonight. We're voicing what we would like to share with other people, that healing is there, self-healing. Get yourself sorted first, before you're going out there to help others. So,
Yeah.
so that
This too, Patricia.
next
you
year. So, I'm getting on, but I feel as if I really have had a rebirth, because I feel my energies, I've been through all kinds of horrendous stuff, come through that. I mean, physically being ill and all. So come out of that and motoring onwards and upwards. So that's a real potted version of it. Anything else you want to know?
Have you? When I met Jesus and I was meditating and I was connecting with spirit. At the beginning, I never told anybody because I thought they're just not going to get this. And I can remember us playing. I was in a garden and he was in the corner, and my guides a lot of my guides are biblical too, and they took me across, and he held his hands out, and then he put his arms around me, and he was talking to me. I wrote down, I can't remember now, I wrote down what he was telling me, and then this big staircase appeared, and I went all the way up this staircase, and at the top there was a lot of people and like a pool, like a crystal, like a pool. And I remember when that happened, I thought my mum would believe me because she's very much of her faith. But I thought, a lot of people might not understand that. But it happened several times, and it's lovely, and I learned it's okay to share what happened. Alice, have you experienced
Yeah, I have, but my husband experienced it in a different way. I mean, I've experienced it through dreams, but my husband experienced it completely different. We were actually at a funeral, and we went into the church, and my husband, who is a little bit, he's kind of a wee bit more different than me when it comes to religion. He said, I seen on the floor, as plain as day, I seen the vision of Jesus Christ. And he couldn't believe it. He was in shock because he was like, I mean, I definitely seen that. That's not my imagination. He said, I've seen it. But why would he come to me? He says, because he's a little bit more, he doesn't not believe, but he's a wee bit more skeptic, let's put it that way. He needs to find out all the information and proofs, etc. beforehand. But he was blown away by it, and I think it's one of the first times I've ever seen him really in shock, and it changed whole way of thinking regarding it. You know, and I'm like, well, why did I not see why did I not see it? He should have came to me. And he said, I don't understand it. Why would he come to me? He said, I've seen him. I'm telling you, I've seen him. He said, and he actually had his hands out at me. And then he says, you don't think I'm going to die soon, do you? And I said, no. that was 30 years ago. So he's still here, you know. But yeah, he's never forgot it though. He's never forgot that experience. But it was actually at my mother's funeral. But yeah, it was him that I actually seen. But yeah, I have seen Jesus in twice. I've seen in a dream, yeah, twice in a dream, which was really nice. It was very, I don't know, it was just him and me, and I'll be honest with you, I heard words get said to me, but his mouth never went with the words, if you know what I mean. And the words were, "You will be okay." And then the other time I seen him, all I could hear was trust from him. But nothing else. But yeah, I felt he was talking to me and having a conversation with me. And I felt I was talking to him, but when I woke up I couldn't remember any of the conversation, but I remember the actual, you know, the experience of it as well. It was a garden one. The second dream I had with him was in a garden, and there was a fountain in the garden. But yeah, no, I do believe. I believe in all sorts. You know, I believe in so much. You know, and I think you've got to be a wee bit open to things. You know, you know,
But the learning curve on your journey, really, isn't it too? To be able to be open and not worry about other people's opinions. What do you think, Patricia?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Me and Alice were saying it's very much a learning curve, and
Oh, yeah.
allowing ourselves to be open to other people's disagreement, if you want, you know, or you know,
Totally agree. I was really quite going down that Reiki route and sort of rigidly on that, affected my diet, everything. And but always in the background, I was being called, I was being pulled. So basically, for the last 10 years, I would say I've stopped teaching Reiki. And it's not that I don't love everything I learned there. As you said, you learned so much. And it really opened, I believe, my channels considerably. But the Christed ones are really what guides my heart, you know, and you just can't ignore that. And I love your story, Alice. That's, you know, he's coming in more and more. I mean, I don't know persuasions your listeners will be, but more and more he's wanting to touch everybody with his love, because it's all love. We know that. And if we could just get that, but I'll tell you the thing of urgency at the moment, I must say this in case I forget later, is I work very much with the divine feminine and the fact that we all have feminine and masculine energy, right brain, feminine, left, masculine, balance. We need balance. What we've got in the world is the divine masculine aware of balance, right? There's all these wars and killings, and you know that it has really gone off, and it's, you know, not behaving, shall we say, the way that we would love it to do so. And it's because the feminine has been oppressed, if you like, within men. They're shying away from allowing her to come through them because, you know, well, they got all kinds of things slung at them if they do. And heaven forfend them, they might think they were gay, and it's okay to be gay now, thank goodness. But do you know what I mean? There's all that connotation around that. So I just feel, so it all starts within us. We've got to balance ourselves up. We've got to build up our masculine, we women, balance it with our feminine, and then that will appear out in the world. and keep contributing that to the collective consciousness as well, because that'll come down. So, I mean, it's quite, I don't want to boggle everybody's mind, it's quite a task. But even just doing a bit at a time, as long as you start with yourself and then your own family and your village and your town, and just keep feeding love out, kind words every day to people, you know.
I'm kind of lost. I'm a wee bit lost into what you mean by that. You know, do you mean like we should be working more on a more masculine way? What do you mean by that?
No, I mean, well, I guess yes, in some respects I do. I think one of the things that's missing from a lot of certainly politics in Ireland is actually getting a job done. You know, you in the UK have been through a whole many years of a government not actually achieving, and yet primarily mostly men were at the helm. So the masculine is all about making it happen. And whatever, you see, I call myself a conceptualizer because I just get so many ideas, I get so much stuff, spirit, couldn't possibly action them all because my masculine wouldn't stack up to that, wouldn't be able to make them all happen. So I have to be very,
You're meaning the balance within each of us between the feminine energy and the male energy.
yeah, bringing that into alignment. And whatever we do for ourselves will reflect outside. So at the moment, there aren't enough of us actually in that space, you know, that, you know, when people get taught at school and all that, they really have the masculine massaged quite a lot, and the feminine is left behind. And that's happened a lot with men and women. So we just need to redress all these balances and have one feeding the other, supporting, loving the other. If you can begin to do that in your own meditation, working with both those energies, that will embed and then it will go out. And if more and more of us could do that, that would have a great.
Yeah. Is this what PI healing is that you do? What is that part of what you do, or the cosmic conceptualizer? I know you do a lot of that. Is that part of the? I don't know what PI healer is. What is that?
Patricia Iris, it actually is my name, but I
Oh,
noticed.
right. Right, okay. I thought it was a certain type of healing. Okay. Okay. Did you not, Judith? Did you not? No.
No,
No.
I was curious as to what the PI healer was and the cosmic conceptualizer, and you kind of answered those both because I was like, what is the cause? I was really intrigued as to what that was.
Well, I thought PI healer was a certain type of healing. I didn't realise it was Patricia Iris healer. You know, yeah.
But
And you couldn't have known that because you didn't know her middle name was Iris either. So.
No, I didn't. I didn't
No,
know
no,
that. I
no.
thought it was a specific type of healing. Well, it is a specific type of healing, only it's Patricia's type of
It's
healing.
Patricia's healing. Yeah.
familiar with pi r squared, yeah, 3.14.
Yeah.
I just thought it was quite good the way that fitted in. So,
Yes.
but no, the cosmic conceptualizing is, it's like I feel when I'm not looking, I get fed immense amounts of informations and ideas and things to bring forward, books or workshops or things like that. I've always been like that. I've been ill, so I haven't been able to attend to a lot of them, but I have done to some. But yeah, I love words, cosmic conceptualization. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Maybe mother.
I'm very much like that, where I don't like to go with like the norm. I like to do something. So I would do spiritual surgery, but I understand a lot of people call it psychic surgery, but that didn't sit. It didn't. It just wasn't me. It didn't sit with me. So spoke with my spirit team and we agreed on spiritual surgery. And I thought, yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
okay for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I like the fact that you can tailor it to what is exactly the way you work, what's right for you.
Yeah,
You know, what way
absolutely.
do you do heal? What way is your healing then? Is it the Reiki or is it a mixture of different ways or?
No, I mean, if you and I sit together, I mean, I take about 10 minutes to really tune in with someone. Now, I'm a fully qualified hypnotherapist and psychotherapist, and so I don't do those as straight therapies, if you like. I bend it. I'm guided. So what I'm doing when I'm working with you is I attune to your energy and I step into the visualization that is appropriate for you, because I'll be shown what went on in a lifetime, X number of lifetimes ago,
Yeah.
and I'll be
Yeah.
shown what is causing or what has. For example, if you've got a bad throat, I'll maybe see a scene of somebody hanging from a tree or
Mhm.
something, strangled, that kind of thing. So the metaphysical reasons come out from that. And so I can guide them through that,
Yeah.
excuse me, to see it, and then
Yeah.
do the healing and the affirmations. And Archangel Michael just goes utterly bananas with his sword, cutting away all the cords and ties, and all the work we do on that level. It's good.
So Patricia, could I ask you? And I'm quite curious if it's okay. A long time ago, I remember being told you either had to work, you either had to have a, you either worked with the green or the blue. And I don't work within it, like my hands don't turn a specific colour.
Yeah.
And I was told a long time ago, oh, well, you don't have the green or the blue, so you're not healing. And the spirit said to me, no, that's wrong. Because they're only the vessel and they're doing they're the conduit for the healing to come through. So going back, and I know you talk about, you've been doing this a long time. Would you have heard concepts like that? You had to have blue or you had to have green. Would you have heard that?
I think probably I did during Reiki, or you have to do this and you have to put this symbol in and you have to do la la la. And then as you grow up through that and you mature, right? And then who's running the healing? God is running the healing, Creator flowing through you, however Creator chooses to do that. And they're using both of these beautiful young ladies as channels, as a source, as a guide, because your words are important as well. It's just that we guide to something. You might just say something in that whole
Mhm.
session that changes their life forever. I think it's wonderful. But it's about handing over. It's about getting out your own way. It's not about that. It's
Yeah.
not.
Thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Can I just say as well, we just got a question there. Did you see it there, Judith, when I put it up?
I'm not. No, I can't
You
see.
should have you should have seen it because it should come
Oh
up.
yes, it popped up.
Yes,
Can
yeah,
you?
you should have seen that. Yeah, yeah,
Are
yeah,
you able to share it again, Alice?
yeah, yeah,
There we go.
yeah, yeah. You should see it. So, can I just say, we're not fortune tellers, okay? All right, we're spiritual mediums, and we work with spirit world. We work with their guidance, and I could not give you an answer to that. I'm afraid I couldn't tell you yes, your son Jack's going to be all right, okay? Because I'm not in that energy even with you right now, and even if I was, I may not receive that information from spirit world. And spirit, and I'm sure Judith will agree with me on this as well, they have their laws there too, okay? So I will never give anything that I have not received, and I do not work psychically, so I do not work as predictions. So I could not answer that question, but what I would say to you, sweetheart, is because I understand and I can feel your worry there. What I would say to you though is for you just to keep that love around and let that love emanate through you to spirit world and ask them to come forward, ask them for their help, ask them for the guidance, and you will get those signs yourself, and you will also seek or feel those answers within your own heart. Judith.
Yes, if you don't mind, I'm picking up that I feel that this person is lost, not in spirit. If that helps, and all I can explain is because I'm not linked in right now, but I do. When I read your message, I did get okay. So I'll pass what I got, but I totally agree with you. You know, we should always be linked in and be comfortable that we're linked in and that we are with the right person. But for some reason, I'm very much being shown that he's okay, but I don't feel it within the spirit world. I feel within life.
Okay.
That's
All right.
okay.
Okay. All right. Do you want to make a comment onto that, Patricia?
No, I leave
No.
that to you.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. We've also got another question coming in. I feel my love one around me. Is he trying to tell me something? Okay. That's also just came in there. If you feel your loved one around you, Darren, that's because he is around you. You know, so never ever dismiss what you feel. You know, if you feel that he's around you, if you're sensing, you know, his connection around you, or even if you're feeling that a slight touch from him or a scent, etc., they will show you different signs in many, many forms. If you feel this, then he is around you, okay? Because spirit, you know, a lot of people who maybe don't agree with me on this, but it, you know, your loved one's not dead, okay? And they're just physically not here anymore, and they have moved to the spiritual side of life after life, where there is world within worlds, okay? So, your loved one, of course, will still be around you, and you will still feel your loved one around you as well. And you'll get these different experiences as well, Darren, as the years go on. Okay, so you keep your love there with your partner, and you keep that love, and you keep sending that love, and you will always receive that back. You'll always receive it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just say that I found the comments?
Oh yeah. It's learning.
Yes. So, good evening. Yes, I've seen the comments now. I can understand.
Yeah.
It's not all. So Rob's saying hello as well.
Yeah.
As well as Pink Lady and Darren. So yeah, it's lovely when we can feel our loved one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Patricia, I don't know if you've had experience like this, but my husband was saying to me last night, you know, he's actually getting a lot more spirit connections. Lots going on with him just now. And he said to me, he said, "Oh, a strange thing happened to me last night." He does make me laugh, you know. He said, I was trying to get to sleep, and all I could see was all these faces coming to me, and I didn't know the faces. I've never seen them before, but there was different faces, and they were all coming. He said it was just one after another. He said, I couldn't go to sleep after that. He said I was a bit scared. I was a bit scared. And I said, it was just spirit. I said, it was spirit's way of saying they're around you, but I don't know them. I said, well, you'll find you probably do. In one part of your life, you will have known them. I said, it's just you don't remember, you know. So he's a little bit scared of shutting his eyes again tonight, bless him, and I don't know why. You know, I love all that. So why could you not give that to me? Send it over to me. I normally do get faces when I go to sleep. I haven't had it for a while. So yes, I was a bit disgruntled that he got that and I never got it. Yeah.
How about you, Patricia? You talk. Can we touch back on the conceptualizer. I'm really intrigued about that. Alice, are you the cosmic conceptualizer?
Yes, do you want me to speak to that a wee bit, yeah?
Oh,
Or
well,
who?
We've got a
Alice,
question. We
Alice,
got a question. Yeah, we got a question. Margaret, Patricia, can I please? Oops. Oh, it went away. It doesn't stay long, does it? Hold on a minute. I'm not a quick reader. Can I please ask, when you're giving healing to someone, you say, you see, do you experience the health problems, also the pain, etc.? And then we'll come back to your question.
That's a good question. I used to, until I learned how to protect myself, number one, and then after the healing, to really disconnect. And prior to that, I could actually feel really pretty lousy. So I've learned how to do that. And if that's a problem for himself, herself, then I suggest talking to Archangel Michael would be really helpful, because he can relieve you of a lot of that, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Judith, what was your question, darling?
Um, so, I wanted to chat more about the cosmic conceptualizer. I really like that terminology, and I would love to hear more about that.
Well, I think I started that sort of unconsciously on a trip to Skye. And when you hear, how you drive up by Dorney, if you've ever been up the road, you go past Ellen Donnan, and then you
Yeah.
go to. So going to Dorney, you're coming up the wee road, there's a wee sign that says where eagles fly. Big mountains on your right hand
Yeah,
side.
it is lovely
And
up there. Yeah.
and I turned to
Mhm.
my other hand and said, well, that's just great. I've never seen them anyway. You know how you do. We see, and this ruddy great eagle came right into the windscreen, and we could see its talons right in front of us. And I said, they're listening to every word. We forget that. So anyway, we carried up the road. You go past Ellen Donnan, where they record all these outlanders, all
Yeah.
the rest.
Yeah.
And
It's
you
beautiful.
come back, you see this bridge to Skye. Right now, I was a singer. I used to sing Over the Sea to Skye, beautiful song. And I turned to Bill and I said, well, do you know what, Bill? That is the most beautiful bridge. Whoever built it, really, it's so lovely with the surroundings, it's perfect. I would love to meet the man that built that bridge, the architect. So anyway, on we go on our journey over the bridge, over to Kinloch Hotel. Claire MacDonald and her husband, Lord MacDonald. And of course, they're lovely people. But we were staff training. That's what we were there for. We used to do that. And her husband, his name is Godfrey, but she called him God all the time, which I found. Anyway, it's into a beautiful lounge on a big cocktail thing, lots of guests there. We sat down in a nice chaise longue type thing and a table in the middle, and then there were three gentlemen sitting on the chaise longue thing opposite us. So Bill went away up to get a drink, and this guy was sort of smiling over, smiling. I said, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? I said, I was just saying to my husband, what a wonderful bridge that is. I'd love to meet the man that built that bridge. And he just looked at me and he said, that would be me. I'm the architect. And this is what I'm now writing a wee book. I haven't started yet, may I say, but Conversations with Creator. But to
Yeah.
me, it just underpins the whole thing. The universe is all one. It's lovely to every word you're saying, every thought you think. And I mean, I just have never experienced, and I just thought, Skye is such a mystical island, isn't it? If
Yeah,
you've been,
it is very, very, yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been. I've never been.
Oh yeah, it is. It's very mystical. Talking about your books, though, can we go back a little bit on that? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the books that you have wrote, so we can tell our
Yeah.
listeners in case they want to purchase one of your books, Patricia?
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm just going to come back a wee bit because I've learned
Yeah,
on the
yeah. 2025 Divine Love Diary. That looks very good. So what's that about?
Well, it's a diary, it's a planner, it's a lovely planner, and I've written affirmations
Oh,
for
love.
1 week right through the book. I invited a lot of my friends, very well known spiritual healers in Scotland, David Tyrrell, Carolyn Ferson, quite a few of them to contribute as well. And my friend Neen Ford did, this is a phoenix on the cover. She drew that, she did the artwork and the layout.
Lovely.
So the one we did last year was really, people loved it. So just to let people know it's available now, and it's doing well.
Where
And
can people purchase that, Patricia?
yeah, it's on Facebook.
Is it on Amazon as well? Is it on Amazon?
It's not on Amazon, but
No.
what I can do is give you a link that I don't follow up with your.
Oh yeah,
call.
give me a link. Suppose I can share that to people in case they would like to buy that. Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Now the other one is the Magic of the Mandarin Tea, which
The
Mary
magical.
did, and it's an adventure. It's total fiction, but it says it
Okay.
all. I mean, fiction gives you a great license to
Could
say
you
things.
repeat the name again, please?
The Magic of the Magdalene Tea, that is on
Oh,
Amazon. Definitely
okay.
on.
Okay.
And it is a full size. This is a small book that went with the cards, and I sold them all out. So I've got wee books left, but no cards. So I'm sold out on that.
Ah, I was just going to ask about the cards.
So was I.
Well, I keep thinking, do it again or not. It sort of comes down to quite a large investment for the cards and whatnot. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
see something
I
else.
know.
But
I know.
so it's just the next one is Conversations with Creator, and then I'm going to do one on the Divine Feminine with a friend, my friend Monique Simpson, who's a beautiful girl from Dundee, and she's doing healing over there with the Divine Feminine, very much working with that. So that's still coming through, but in its way to affect the masculine and get it all. So that would be wonderful if we did that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So can I just say to you as well? I know we're going back a few years, but when you were younger, did you know or feel spirit around you, or what gave you this drive to do what you're doing now? Was it your health that got you on this path, or was it circumstances, or was it just something you always had?
It's something I always had. I mean, it did start with the search for Jesus,
Yeah.
that was strange, and all of that. And, some of my friends at school used to call me, do you remember when Mystic Meg was about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used to call me Mystic Pat. I wasn't at school then, I was at work. I used to work in the electricity board at Cathcart. And they used to call me Mystic Pat when I worked there because I would come away with stuff, it's like a knowing, that's what comes out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that feeling well. So, and it's just developed, they've guided me. It's quite unusual path, but a rich one, because all the time I was a singer, so I was then adapting my singing voice to sounding and toning and using that as a vehicle to get past the left brains, the skeptics. Because if you're just making a sound and it's going to affect the whole instrument that is your body,
Yeah.
you know, it just cuts through, and it's wonderful. It's such a powerful healer. So is the power of spoken word. So powerful. People became more aware of what they're saying to themselves,
Mhm.
as well as out to other people. That they would really change a lot. You know, it's so easy to build yourself up, isn't it? So easy to
Yeah.
put yourself down, you know. So we've got to focus on the positives, you know.
Mhm.
And
So Patricia, you mentioned that you were a singer and you would have been working with your vibrations and the tones like you were explaining. Have you ever been drawn to going down that light language journey? Have you ever been working anything with, like that with the tones? Because there's quite a lot of different light languages. Have you ever been drawn to use your voice for that?
I do. I mean, I'm a great one for just listening, if you like, and going with what I'm asked to do. And I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes if you sound from Glasgow, you know, down in the dip, you know, really deep, gravelly sounds. And you find afterwards the person will say, well, that's really uncomfortable. Really, you know, that's odd. But you know then that it has been working to shove stuff out at a cellular level to get it out of the whole field, you know. So, but the thing is, I could sing incredibly high. I was always top C's and things, and above was okay. I have to tell you now, my singing voice is totally gone, but I used to have an incredibly high.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never had
Yeah.
a singing voice, but it's never stopped me. I put the headphones in I'm singing away as I'm doing my dishes and oh, my partner and the girls are going, shut the doors, shut the doors. Judith, the neighbours are complaining. But do you know what, Patricia, I think it sounds great. It doesn't bother me. So I've never had a good singing voice. You're really blessed that you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Singing is also therapeutic. You know, singing is as well. It's, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It helps keep those vibrations up, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It certainly does. So. Yeah. So. I know you do spiritual teaching as well. So what sort of things do you teach there, Patricia?
Well, if someone comes to me and, you know, they're open and, you know, are seekers of the truth, really, that's what I would say I'd be able to
Yes.
help.
Yes.
And so just the same as you do, Alice and Judith, both of you, because you are acting as spiritual directors. They're using you like that. There's no doubt about that. And very effectively and quite a so.
Mhm.
Because I think the role of somebody many years ago, uh, you know, I'll go to that person who's going to tell my future, something like that. That's all changed. I feel it's what you're offering is a much deeper experience, and it's reassurance, and
Coming up. Well,
if you like, that the universe is all one, and whether we've moved into that other room or not, you know,
Mhm.
past
Mhm.
transition, we're in another dimension, but you can't destroy energy, it's still there.
Yeah.
And you,
Yeah.
you, the loved ones are still all around you, your tribe, you know.
You're just coming and going a little bit with your sound. If you can just, yeah, yeah, if you can stay a wee bit just closer to the mic and, you know, just so that it can stay, um, Okay, so just yeah, so as we don't lose you completely. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Is it better?
yes, it's better now. Yes, it's better now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So do
So
you
what do
do?
you?
Sorry, Alice. Go ahead.
No, go. No, on you go, Judith. That's fine.
I was going to ask, do you do workshops? Do you do workshops on uh, things that you're passionate about? You know, like your spiritual healing, your writing,
Yeah.
your working with the Christ consciousness. What types of workshops do you do?
Well, I guess I haven't really done much here, Judith, because I've not really been great since I got here. But it's really getting a lot better. I've got a really good report yesterday from the doctor, so I'm feeling much, much better.
Good. Good.
So it's I used to do loads of workshops and things and online, which is great because I don't need to be in Scotland or whatever. But I'm just waiting till the call comes and what they want me to teach. See, you were
Yeah.
saying about you can't talk about or you couldn't talk about Jesus and things like that. I think those days, see, this is where a lot of people have been changing all since this COVID thing. They've been hiding away and things have been changing for them. So they're now coming out, they're more open. And hopefully you'd get more and more listeners to your lovely show. So, it's all expanding because we're expanding. We're
Yeah.
expanding love and light and we're touching. I mean, you just need to think about someone and say, I'm touching your soul. It's about projecting, it's about the power of your intention
Yeah.
as to what you're doing with your love, with your light. So the more that we channel that, because that's what you are, channels, then, we're just going from strength to strength.
Yeah.
There you are, I've given you my all.
My
That's true, though.
spirit guides, yeah, spirit would say to me, trajectory is objectory.
Oh, very good. I like that.
And I used to
Yeah.
say to them, what do you mean? Speak in English. Tell me in ways I understand. Don't be all technical. And they used to just keep repeating it. Projectory is the objectory. And
Yeah.
then I started to understand it. But yeah, because they tell you in words and different ways that sometimes we have to teach yourself. I'm very plain Jane, very simple plain Jane. So you have to excuse my dog in the background barking. But it's true what you say. We have to share. We have to give the love and
Yeah.
not be worried about what other people's opinions is of our journeys because it's our journeys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and I think your dog's got a lot to say about that as well. Yeah. So what's coming up for you, Patricia? Anything other than I know you've not really got proper plans yet, but what
Well,
next year?
I'm excited about next year because I think a lot of us have had a lot of challenges this year. I think you would have to
Mhm.
agree.
Yeah.
With the health stuff and yeah. And I've
Mhm.
observed so many dear friends as well. So, but we're all coming out of that. We've had to go through these structural changes,
Mhm.
and they've been working on our DNA. And so it has caused a lot of stuff. So we're nearly through that. And I
Mhm.
do think New Year 25, um, a lot of the divine feminine, masculine balance coming through,
Mhm.
grounding, keep grounded. Just keep
Uh
doing
huh.
what you're doing. Really, we're doing
Yeah.
well. With more of
Yeah.
the same and more enthusiasm, more hope, because I know it looks awful, and a lot of it is
Mhm.
awful.
Yeah.
It is all in divine right order. That's what we have to remember. There is a reason for it all. Yeah. And if you think
Yeah.
all in a whole different dimension, it is the battle between good and evil. And
Yeah.
so it's quite simple now as to where the evil is and where the good is. But we don't want to pay too much attention to that. We don't want to energize it.
No,
We
no.
keep doing what we're doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, if you think back, even going back centuries, there was always good, bad, evil. You know, there was always that. Even going back centuries ago, you know, it's just in a different format. It's just in a different way because we have grown as well. You know, so it's always been there. You know, it's just sticking to the right path, the right people, the right light, sticking with the love. You know, and not getting drawn into the things that could pull us down. You know, so it's so important that we protect our own energy. It's very important there that we do that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some things like this for people, it's a great help to them all. It's reassuring. I said that earlier on this evening, but you know that's a great thing, and just to know there's very loving, kind people out there.
Mhm.
And it's what you focus on is what you manifest and bring back
That's
to
right.
you.
That's
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you know, at the moment, there's so much there's so much at the moment about these multi-dimensionals. Um, we all work well multi-dimensional, whether maybe we don't realize it or not, but we're all working multi-dimensional. Um, and it's just why we have the opportunity. We shouldn't fear, you know. I know a lot of people when they're not maybe following that path of spiritual learning and understanding, things can come across as fearful. And I know I've been looking at things on TikTok and different things at the moment, and everybody is really engrossed on this multidimensional. But I work with multidimensionals, and they're all love and light. The ones I work with, and you know that we work within our journey, and we shouldn't fear them.
No.
You know, we shouldn't fear, because we've never been on this world on our own. We've never been on our own. We've always been multidimensional, and we've always had multidimensional different life forms working with us on this in this world. It's just, as you said, touched on it earlier, Patricia. We're becoming more aware and more open to seeing the truths and the bigger pictures, I think.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I went through a strong period of channeling the Arcturians, and that's another book I wrote. I've forgotten about a lot of these things, but I did a book containing 52 affirmations that the Arcturians downloaded to me, and basically they see the master was an Arcturian. That's where it all started, Arcturus. And so then the more of my friends that I said, listen, I've got this message, how are you feeling about this? And they just come back and said, definitely, yes, I get that, not a problem. And it really, the whole thing's fascinating. We're just all one. You get people that would say, well, what we've got Creator, we've got God, we've got Buddha, we've got, you know, all the different sort of things. And, you know, what about them? And I just say, well, it's all one. It is all one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it is, I think that's getting through. Do you think that's getting through, Alice?
Yeah. 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 Definitely. I think everybody's perception on things as well is different. You know. So, and I don't think there's any right or wrong. I think it's where you are yourself. Where and what you can cope with, you'll only receive. I think it has to be slowly and gradually learned, and given to us as well. So yeah, 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 and I can hear Benjamin in the background there, Judith.
He's giving us
Yeah,
a
yeah, he's having a good old conversation. He's going, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. You're quite right.
he's lying at my feet, and he keeps giving these little yeah, he's having a say.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'll just quickly, there's a few things coming up for me that I would like to kind of share as well. And if I can just do that just now. So we have, where are we? Right, so we have, ignore me. We've got a Christmas podcast, okay, that's coming up, and it's on December the 17th. So I'm really looking forward to that, and Judith, you're going to be on with me hosting it as well. So we have, yeah. So we've got, yeah, that's the one you're coming on, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Fran Pierce from America, who will be coming on and doing some spiritual poetry. We've got Jennifer Rose, who will be coming on, and she's from America, and she will be doing some readings. We've got Nadia Bijami from Ireland, who will also be doing readings. And Julie Silver from England will be doing a little talk on mindfulness. Susan Grayson from England will also be doing readings. And Nancy Muratala from America will also be doing readings. Jordan Richards from England will be doing readings. Dodie Hamilton, she will be coming on and doing readings. And Miguel Gonzalez from America will be doing spiritual art. And Debbie Romero from America will be doing readings as well. And then Judith and I will be doing some inspirational Christmas words on the closure of that night.
Yeah. I'll not sing.
No, you'll not sing. No.
Sing.
Oh no, please do. No, please do. No, honestly. Oh, no, nobody's going to laugh. No. The best.
You would. Honestly, you would.
yeah. So that would be entertaining. So yeah. Well, what I was going to say about this though is, you're welcome to join as a guest, okay, and come on to the show. If you can contact me at alicetrevorrow@gmail.com, then I will be able to give you some information regarding that. There will only be 7 or 8 people invited on as guests for that night, and there will also be a separate link for anybody who wants to come in as an audience as well. But as an audience, you're not getting readings, okay, but you're there in the background and you can share during the chat as well. But if you want to be actually on the show and get some readings from our mediums on that night, then it's free. There is a donation if you want to, but there's no pressure to do so. And the donation will be going to Tribe Animal Sanctuary Scotland. If you want to know a little bit more about that, you can pop on and have a look. It's Tribe Animal Sanctuary Scotland, and it's got the abbreviation of TASS, TASS, and it's supporting the sanctuary's mission of care and compassion for animals, and it's all animals. You know, it's from everything from dogs, cats, horses, donkeys, you name it, everything. Okay, so if you want to know a bit more about that, then that's where the donation will be going to. But you're also very welcome to join us on that night. Now, as I say, there's only 7 though. There's only 7 people that will be on that night. So if you're interested in the Christmas one, let me know. There's also another one coming up as well, and that will be for what we Scottish people would call Hogmanay. Yeah. So it's New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve. It will be pre-recorded. It's just funny, isn't it? I know. The nerd day. Yeah. But it will be pre-recorded, so you won't be actually coming to us in Hogmanay sort of thing. So but it will be going across as it is Hogmanay, okay? So if you're interested in joining on that night, there will be readings on this night as well, and it will be with, I know that Judith, you're busy on that night, okay, so no worries about that, okay? I've got Jennifer Rose going to come on and host with me on that night. So Judith, Fran Pierce will be doing spiritual poetry, and Nad, is that right? Yeah. No, I think I'm talking rubbish. Just ignore me. I'm looking at the. I am looking at the wrong one. So
You're
I
picking up my
am.
bad habits.
Yeah, I am. I've actually copied the same thing, so I did. Yeah. So let me just get the right line up, so I'm not talking nonsense. Okay. Right. For that night, it will be Fran Pearson, Spiritual Poetry, Steve Razell from England, Jane Hutchison. They'll both be doing readings. And Jordan Richards doing readings. Stuart Latimer from Scotland. Julie Dryber from Jersey, and myself and Debbie Romero from America. Okay, so and then we'll be doing a little kind of sharing of the reflections, inspiration. Jennifer Rose as well is doing demonstration that night. So we'll do at the end a little reflection and inspiration for 2025. So yeah, it's going to be busy. If you want to come on, please just get in touch, alicetrevor@gmail.com, and you may be one of the lucky ones that can get on for the free readings that will be on that night, okay? And you don't have to be on camera for this one. You can just be audio only, okay? And I've not done yet. I've got another Christmas thing coming up, and it's in the Arden Cable Hotel, and it will be the 11th of December. If anybody's interested, it will be a Christmas psychic mediumship evening. There'll be a whole combination between mediumship, angel cards, etc., and Christmas cracker competitions as well. So it will be Elaine Claire Harris O'Neill who will be demonstrating with myself on that night. Okay, so if you're interested in that at all, you can just turn up at the door on the night, or if you want to, you can book through Eventbrite. Okay, so over to you, Judith. What you got coming up, darling? Okay.
Well, so on Wednesday night this week, I'll be doing a service for the Higher House online, and it's open to everybody, so everybody is more than welcome. It's shared up on my page, and it's on. I've shared it to my group. So I think it's 8 p.m. But please check. It's I've advertised it, and that's this Wednesday night for Higher House. Tonight, episode 13 of Prophetic News will be published. That's the last episode for this year, guys, for 2024. Episode 13, there's a couple of predictions that Spirit have gave forward for the Prophetic News episode 13, but they gave a beautiful but collective message to end the year off with, and I think it was very poignant, and it was nice the way they've done that. So the other thing I do want to say is, I know there's some of the episodes I haven't been able to get on, and I did want to say now as we go forward, because in case we miss some of our guests, the 17th is going to be my last show with Alice, and I'm really going to miss you all, but I will be here next week, and I will be here for the Christmas special. And listen, guys, I will be back next year sometime, jumping on, jumping off, saying hi. But it's part of my journey is moving in a slightly different direction now. But at the same time, I have been really, really grateful to have shared the platform with you, Alice.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
We've
Yeah.
had a great time, and you know, we'll continue working with each other in different ways.
We will do. Yeah.
Please, I just wanted to, in case as we get busy and different things, if people miss me, I'm still here, and Sparkle of Light will still continue to do amazing. So please keep those subscriptions coming in for the Sparkle of Light, and keep an eye out for 2025 for I've got quite an exciting project coming, and hopefully I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all. But thank you for making my time on the Sparkle of Light chat show so enjoyable, so much fun, and so welcoming. And so, Alice, I give you my thanks. I am truly grateful, and I'm really looking forward to the next 2 episodes to finish this year off. So
yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's just one episode, is it not? Just the one? Yeah.
10th and 17th.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, gosh, I don't know. I'm a way behind now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been great having you, and it's been great, but we've all got to move on. We've all got to do our own things. We're here to learn, we're here to grow, and yeah, I'm excited to, hopefully come on to it sometime, your new project as well.
I will.
Yeah,
We'll continue to
and
support each other.
yeah, and I'm sure it'll work out really well. But we've got to accept our challenges, no matter how scary it is to us. We have to do it because it's the only way we can grow, or we will remain stuck, and we can't remain stuck in life because there's too much to do.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Yeah, I would just like to thank also some of the people who have been on, put some comments and asked some questions. Thank you so much for being part of the show tonight. And also, I'd like to thank, obviously, I'd like to thank you, Judith, as well, for being hosting with me tonight. And Patricia, I'd like to thank you too, for being on the show. And we got all the technical stuff sorted out at long last.
And
It is a,
Patricia.
it is a mind. Yeah.
Nice much for having me, and but thanks also coming in from the powers that be for you sharing your inspirations, whichever way you choose to do it. They're saying absolutely divine perfection. So well done. Keep going.
Yeah, thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you. Yeah, and yeah, so there really is nothing else for me to say other than, thank you for being on tonight, and I'm really looking forward to being on the show again next week, and lots of love to Ireland as well. I've got family over there, so lots of love to Ireland as well. So I'll be seeing my Irish family soon, Patricia, so I'm really looking forward to that. So lots of love to Ireland, lots of love to our world, and please, everybody, please, if you know somebody that's struggling just now, be there. Just put out your hand and just give that little bit of love, a little bit of time. Even a smile to somebody can make a difference. So, yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for being on tonight. And I will leave you with our little piece of music that's left. Okay, so good night. Take care.